Real Simple, where I simplify all things real estate. This month we are going to be talking about contracts, so all the contracts that we're going to kind of deal with in a real estate transaction. The first contract that we are going to talk about is the exclusive right to buy or sell listing contract. It's a lot of words. This is going to be the contract between you and I. These two contracts look differently for buyers and for sellers. This contract is going to be covering the property that we're going to be looking for, the type of property, if you want a condo, a townhome, single family home, where we're going to be looking for that property at. It's going to cover the access I have to the searches, so whichever MLS I'm going to be using for you, or if there's multiple MLSs that I'll be using, it'll say that. And then the biggest thing of this contract, in my opinion, is going to be the commission breakdown. So this contract will say how I am getting paid. Typically, not always, which is why there's options in the contract, typically the listing agent's firm is going to be paying my commission. So this contract will usually say that you as a buyer are not responsible for paying my commission. So that's one of the most important things of this contract. The seller's contract is going to look different. This is where we determine the purchase price of your home. This is going to say how I'm going to be marketing your home. This is going to have your guys' information that is then going to transfer to the next contract that we do. So this contract is a little more beefy than the buyer contract and a little more important in a sense. It's also going to state like the inclusions, exclusions of the house. So if there's anything that is a fixture that you want to take away from the home after you sell it, then that contract is going to have that in there. I take everything from the exclusive right to sell listing contract and transfer that into the MLS when we go live, which therefore agents see and then transfer it to the offer contract essentially, which I'm going to talk about next. Okay, so the next contract that we are going to be dealing with is the contract to buy and sell real estate. This is the contract between buyer and seller. So this contract looks the same for both parties. The buyer is going to be the one that submits this contract. So this essentially is your offer contract. So anytime an agent says we're going to be submitting an offer, you're actually going to be submitting a contract to the sellers. This contract is like 13 pages long. It's crazy. It's full of stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of go through a few of the things that you're gonna see in this contract that you are also probably gonna read and like think is the most important for you. So one of the things, obviously it's gonna have the address of the property. It's gonna have both the buyers and the seller's names. It's gonna have a dates and deadline section. This section is super important and ensures that we get you to the closing table on time and with a smooth process. So this is gonna say when your earnest money is due, when you have to have your inspection done. That's important for both buyers and sellers. When the appraisal gets done, it's gonna have the closing date. The dates and deadlines section also includes the acceptance deadline. This is the time that the sellers have to meet in order to accept, counter, or decline the offer. Another important thing that this contract is going to cover is the terms of the loan and the terms of the sale. What kind of loan the buyer is going to be purchasing the home with, or if it's cash, if it's going to be an assumable loan. So if you're going to take over the loan that the seller has, or if the seller is going to finance it. So that's a huge chunk and a huge important part of this contract. I know these contracts can be super intimidating. They're really long. There's lots of legal jargon that doesn't make any sense, but that's where I come into the picture. I'm going to walk you through these contracts from the beginning to the end so that you feel like you really know what you're signing and getting into. Thanks for watching this month's episode of Real Simple. I wanted to go ahead and do a local plug for one of my favorite breweries in Colorado Springs. So this month I'm spotlighting Red Leg Brewing Company up off of Garden of the Gods. They have really turned their complex into just a super fun family outing. They have cargo storage containers that they converted to businesses, so you can get sandwiches up there now, pizza. Bob's Lobster Trap has a business up there, Sasquatch cookies. So there's really something for the whole family. Next month, we're gonna be covering the buying process. So we're gonna be staying kind of on the buyer side of things. That's where we've been trending. So I'm gonna be going through the process from beginning to end on what you can expect if you are buying a home. If you haven't seen it already, go back and watch my video on preparing to buy for a home, because that'll kind of lead you into that, and then we'll kind of go through the process once you are prepared to buy a home. If you have any questions about contracts or the buying process, make sure to let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Cheers.